It's a tragedy that the council have seen this nice location as an opportunity for them to demolish an estate and a community because they think they're going to make some money out of it. The council earmarked Central Hill Estate, Cressingham Gardens and Fenwick Estate not so much for the disrepair or the problems that it would take to refurbish those estates. It was literally the financial gains that they thought they could derive from demolishing and rebuilding. Living up here in Central Hill, Crystal Palace, it's a really nice area.
I've been here since 1973, and Central Hill's pretty cool. It's pretty quiet. It's got a nice little community around here. Even though a lot of people have moved out, there's still quite a few of us here.
It's quite an eclectic mix of people, and there's a lot of good community work that goes on in the area.
It's nice, it's a very tranquil place. We have a busy road nearby, but not right in front of our house. So it's a very nice area to live. I moved in 2002, so the estate was quite established then. It'd been up and running for 20, 30 years. And I live with 2 adult children and a daughter that I have, a school-age daughter.
I've been living here for at least 15 years. I live with my husband, my 2 children, Brian next door, she's 9, and my son is 21, currently doing apprenticeship and working in a local pub.
If you go outside, you bump into people that you meet. Maybe Cliff from next door bringing back his shopping, or Sue walking her dog. So it's a very, very nice area to live in.
Most London councils don't seem to be managing their places properly. It's just like they want to destroy anything council. They just don't want nothing to do. It's a bad name for them. You know, they just want all the rich investors to come into London, and that is it.
On the estate, they will demolish council and ex-council properties.
If you look at the numbers of what they are proposing to have, the ratio is just in favour of the private rents or the private properties.
2,500 will be private sale, and they could be investment properties. They're sold on the open market. They could be sold anywhere, and they could be used for buy-to-let. They could be renting out to students, they could be Airbnb, or they could be just left empty.
Which I think show us it's just the money they can make.
And then council level rent, it was going to be 111. New figures have just come out. It's actually, this is wrong, it's actually minus 30. There's actually 30 fewer council level rent homes than council homes that actually exist on the estate they're demolishing.
You know, they've moved a lot of people off the estate. So since 2017, we've had up to around 100 homes that have been sitting empty.
And also there are more young families that have moved in, but they're more either temporaries or they're private tenants of Homes for Lambeth as they buy back homes.
And what they've done with those homes is very little. So they have moved previous tenants out, done next to nothing in the home. So if there's repair issues in there, they've not cared about it. They've just put temporary accommodation residents in there.
When we first moved, I would say the estate was really well looked after, and I was happy to pay my service charge. I was happy to pay the council tax, all of those money that the council was asking so they can maintain the estate functioning properly.
The service charges have gone up to nearly £2,000 a year.
Since their announcement for demolishment or refurbishment, they decided to go for demolishment apparently, they just started neglecting the place. And a lot of problems started appearing, like sewage. The sewage system is really bad.
There are people that are living in awful conditions, and there's a level across Lambeth where that some people are living in bad conditions. There are some bad houses in Lambeth generally, but when you get to the regeneration estates, then it's way up.
You can see the level of the, well, how do you call it, that water, the dirt water, like waste water. It's coming really close to the surface, which is dangerous, because sometimes I'm thinking, okay, would I step out into such water one day, because it's like a meter from the surface.
In the last couple of months, I've seen 2 people with mushrooms growing out of carpets on Central Hill Estate, you know, and that shouldn't be happening.
Oh, what can I say? We are feeling quite trapped.
And we're all in limbo. I can't remortgage, not that I want to.
We are actually not able to do anything with the investments we already, like the money we already paid towards the mortgage.
We can't really move, and the only option we have is to sell back to the council. And as I was saying previously, they won't really give you the full value for my place.
We're supposed to be given enough money to buy something similar close by, but I think the reality is that you can't. This is the lowest costing housing in the area, so therefore you take away that, the money they give would never buy me anything close by.
And it's a liberty, really, because if they're going to build a new place and the value is going to go up by about 200,000, why can't they reimburse me that for the new place? You know, so basically they're enslaving me even more.
And this is the thing about the whole process, is that residents are not properly engaged. You know, you read all of their literature and it's, oh, we've worked with residents at this stage, but they don't.
Well, if I was to talk to the council now, I'd say stop the redevelopment and sort of come up with a compromise. But these people, they don't compromise. They've got these ideas and they just do it, regardless if they work or not.
It is quite right to say that we wouldn't think of moving because of the location, because of everything. We want to be happy to move when we are ready to move.
My daughter has grown up all her life in Crystal Palace. She was born while I was living here. She's 10 years old. She doesn't know anything differently. And to go outside and not know people and have to start again, that really has to be a decision that we would think long and hard for.
As I said, 3 years ago when they first did the evaluation, we were mentally ready. Okay, probably it's not the right time because she already started school, but at least she was year 2, year 3. So it's like enough time for her to settle down in the new school and get ready to move into the secondary school. Now, 3 years later, she's already year 5. So imagine going to a different school just for 1 year. The stress would be a lot.
And so it's not like I say that we're going to live the rest of our lives here, but it would be great to have somewhere to come back to that is our home, and it's here in Crystal Palace.
If they do destroy it, I feel pretty sad. Obviously, I'm going to have to move on, and maybe I need that. But I feel they could have done it a different way, a much different way.
It's okay if there is a social benefit at the end of it. Okay, then you have to move aside. It's going to house the homeless. Great. But if it's just purely for investment properties, why is that decision being made for us?
But again, we are not given an option to choose the time when to move out. So it is quite an unpleasant situation, unfortunately.